everybody, I'm Chef Abbie and I'm actually going to cook some of my children's favorite dishes. It's bean and beef soup over rice. So I've got the hamburger meat, or we call it in Britain minced meat, cooking behind me, and I'm actually going to start adding some more seasonings to it. I'm actually here in Marietta, Georgia, at our one of our terminals, cooking for some of the drivers. Now I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric. It'll give it that nice rustic flavor, because in a lot of ways it's a very rustic style dish. And I'm going to add about a quarter teaspoon of minced garlic. Beef consomme by Campbell, and with this you typically don't want to use the whole amount of it. Hold on, I've got somebody at my door. Come on, Star, come on up. Shut the door behind you, girl. Come on.
Talking to the walls.
I have Star here, she's one of our drivers. She wanted to see how I cook on here, so Miss Star, you're gonna have to step up here and say hello. She's a little shorty, but I still love her. Turn around and look at the camera and say hi. She wanted to pop in here to see how I cook in the rig, so she's gonna learn. So let's go back to the beef consomme, shall we? We're going to pop this open. You don't need to peel it off all the way, just sort of you can move the water into the corner. And then make an air pocket on the other side, much like you would do a can of milk as well. You're not going to use the whole amount, you're just going to pour it in. Turn this back up. Pour a little bit in here so it adds flavour to the meat. Then you're going to add white pepper because it's a bit healthier for you than black. It doesn't stay in your stomach as long as black pepper. So I'm going to add a little bit goes a long way with white pepper because it can get hot. We're going to add some onion salt, not salt, excuse me, onion powder. So, and a teeny bit of sea salt. Sea salt's better for you because it's part of the Mediterranean style salt that would be good for you, but it's part of the high alkali side that helps your body heal better. Okay, now we're going to stir this in here. You can say that out loud.
It smells good. Really good.
Okay, we're going to let this cook for a little bit, and I'm going to get the beans ready here in a minute to put in, and I'll tell you what beans there are here in a second. Now, I'm actually cooking for a group of drivers, not only Miss Star here, but Richard, if you're watching, hello dear. Charles, if y'all are watching up there. Dinner will be ready momentarily. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a cover. God, it does smell good, doesn't it?
It does smell good,
oh
my lord. I wasn't hungry, but I'm hungry now.
Right? Okay, and like I said, you only need, typically I'm cooking for a group of what, 4 or 5 people up there? Thereabouts.
More than that.
It might be. Well, it's first come, first serve, guys. So, anywho, normally, typically, to make this for a trucker's portion, you would use probably only a quarter of the meat, or make up a half a pound of meat and mix the beans together with it, and you can store it away, and it's great cold. Okay. I normally use bush beans, and they're a better bean than most beans out there. Of course, the great value that you get at Walmart is really good too. But we're going to be using Great Northern beans and pinto beans and navy beans. Okay. You can be my helper. Can you hold the bowl?
I will.
Okay. Now typically you don't want to really use all the juices, but this time we're going to. Because I'm not making a huge amount of this. So we're going to go ahead and get the beans ready. because typically the beans will go together and all their juices will make a nice sort of roux as you would put for a stew or something like that. Okay. Pour those into a bowl. Hold them tight. We don't want them on the floor.
No.
I found your Dr. Pepper from Marietta.
Yeah, I realized.
We
I was
might want
like,
to pull it out of there. Put it in the bag or it's going to get messy. Okay, so we're going to pour this here too. But yeah, Miss Starr was going, how do you do all that in that truck? I said, well, come on over, we'll find out. Okay, these beans smell good too. These are the navy beans. It's about 1 can of each is what you typically want to put in there. Now, if you're cooking for a much larger family, like I do, I end up having to use 3 or 4 cans per thing because I have a big family. Okay, which I'm going home for 4th of July and we're all going to have a blast. A good buddy of mine, Brett Sawyer, is coming by. You all know who he is. At least I hope you do. He's a former wrestler. He used to tag team with his brother. But Mr. Buzz has died and we're left with good old Brett. Alright, we got all these beans together. Now typically when you do this, I always usually put 2 cans of this or more pinto beans than you do any of the other. But today we're just doing 1 of each. Okay, let me see. Alright, you want to stir those together for us? Stir them about, my dear. Mix them all up. You just say, yeah, that might help. You might not splash it everywhere. And I'm drinking a naked drink. I love them. This is the green machine. They're good for you.
I'm gonna have to try it.
No, they're really good. Okay, we're going to take this over here. Oh God, that smells so good.
It does.
Woo.
Put garlic in it.
Minced garlic.
Yeah, I can smell it. It smells
Minced garlic. Gives it a good, it mixes with that turmeric and it makes it a really rustic. Because this is actually typically a rustic type meal because way back when people didn't have a whole lot but they had meat,
right.
You know, lamb or they had beef or something like that, they would throw beans together, they would grow the crop. And that was about all they had to be able to eat with, so they started doing that. And then when they grow rice, they started adding the rice to it.
Right.
So, okay, that is done. Wow, pretty quick. Alright, now we're going to place this into there. As much of it we can get in there. I'm using a frying pan from New Wave, and it's a ceramic style pan. And you don't have to use, like I've said many times before, you don't have to use glass bowls. I do it on here so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. You're going to mix this around. And always use a wooden spoon or a silicone, utensil or anything like that in these ceramic dishes because you don't want them to get scratched up. Alright. Hold on a second. Alright, because we added something that doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, we're going to add a little more flavor to this dish. And we're just going to re-add the same spices that we put in there earlier, but only to taste. Reach in that drawer right there if you get a spoon. God, that looks so good. Okay, now Miss Star's going to be the tester, the true tester. There you go.
Yummy.
It's
Yummy.
yummy. Okay, now I'm going to take this and let it heat for a little bit. Let it heat up, and then I'm going to boil the rice. And then what you're going to do once we boil the rice, you're going to typically probably use maybe 2 bottles of water per bag of rice. And I'm going to do, how many are in here? Because there's so many people up there. Let's see, 4 bags. So I'm not going to use that much water. Okay, it's a fresh box of success rice. So hopefully there'll be enough for everybody. The rice will blend in and make enough for everybody, I hope.
Yes.
So I feel like Bones, our safety guy. You have a little bit of food and you can feed so many and you feel like the loaves and fishes from the Bible. Okay, now I'm going to basically set this aside, but I'm going to explain to you what I've got going on here. I have rubber tub bins that have lids on them that I use for my countertops and to set things on while we're going through this. And as you all probably know, I clean as I go. So while that's heating, I'm going to use a Clorox wipe this down and set it to dry. Same thing with the bowl. I'm going to wipe it clean, wipe all that stuff out. You may need a couple of them, but it'll keep it sanitized and clean. You may need 2 or 3 sometimes, or you can use a baby wipe. I just had some of this. I keep baby wipes available too. Wipe it down and clean. Okay. Now, set this little trash bin. That's heating. And I've got my pad back here that I can set the hot thing onto so nothing else, something gets melted. That would suck. Totally burn a hole through the top of your head, right? That would really suck. Okay, this is definitely dry by now. Put it away. This is doing good. We may use this here in a minute. All that clear out there, we may have to use a couple. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add a little more turmeric. That away in that spice bin. I'm going to use some more onions powder. Make sure I said powder, not salt. I didn't know I was like, wait a minute. That's powder, not salt. And a little bit of white pepper, not black. Okay. That bin. Tiny bit more of the garlic. Probably about an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Or no, excuse me, a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Right? This away. Always store this minced garlic whenever you open it into the refrigerator. Or a cool box. Okay. And a little bit of sea salt. Not a lot, because you don't need a lot of salt in your body. Granted, it is part of the alkali family, but you still don't need all that. Stir this about. Coffee sauce.
It does smell good.
Tastes good too, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, very good.
Okay. Alright. Now, that's nice and cooled off. Oh yeah, cooled off, but nice and stirred up. Until I'm half asleep today. I'm going to take this and put it on my cloth pad here. Okay. Now we're going to add this on here. We're going to put the rice down in this. We're going to put at least 1 bottle of water. And remember, if the water, whatever water does not boil to off, you need to put it back in the bottle and throw it away sanitarily, not in the pocket hole. I don't want to see any water bottles with food content in it. Okay, almost done, guys. Just gotta cook the rice. Okay, when you do this, you're gonna put a little bit of salt in here because it'll help the water boil faster. I have some organic sea salt. Make that grow to make it grow. Yeah, it'll make it grow. We're gonna make the salt grow. We're gonna make it grow. Yeah, that'd be a sight, wouldn't it? then the Utah salt mines would want me then.
Yeah.
Wow, she grew salt. We need her. Like I said, save your bottles, set them aside. I think we are going to need at least 4. We might need 4 bottles of water. No, got 3. 3 bottles of water have done it so far. Okay. Setting these aside. Now I'm going to wipe off my spoon. I love these things.
I know, I keep them in the truck.
I always wipe my surfaces down.
That's what I clean my floors with.
Yeah, me too. I clean my floors with them. And then I take that, I was telling you, I take that half baby oil.
I'm going to try that.
Amarol. That's what my head of security.
I'm going to try
told me to
that.
do.
You don't use that on the floor, you just use it on the...
No, you use it on the floor. It makes it look like it came off
It
the
doesn't make it
floor.
slippery though, right?
No, I mean, after it dries, babe, no, it shouldn't be slippery.
I'm going to try that.
Put a rug on the floor.
Yeah, I've got
And where are
rugs.
you going to go?
Do you know Leslie gave me that huge rug that covers the whole back there?
That works.
He's like,
Yeah.
you want it? Yes, I want it.
Okay, we're going to place a lid on this. I just had it. What did I do with it? Oh, there it goes. You know, I keep clocking my head on this. You would think my mind would know. There's a post up there!
That's why I didn't like it.
That's not even cold anymore.
I was sitting up there and I was like, I left that off track from the truck.
But I use a lot of hand sanitizer.
So do I. I keep those in there also.
Thanks to my producer.
They're good because everything comes off the steering.
Mr. Gear always has. He'll put it in his back pocket. One of our photographers actually took a picture of him with his bum with it in his pocket. It was so, and the way his wallet came across. I mean, granted, he's got a nice bum, but, you know, I think the photographer is obsessed with this.
Oh, Lord.
But it's great photographs the way that he does it, because he's walking like, I don't know, it's just like, the way he's walking through the crowd, he looks like, you know, there's a video that they did of him, where I forget what, the Rocky Balboa theme song.
Oh, yes.
Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
As he's walking through we had this car show that he did on Memorial Day, and he's walking through, he doesn't know he's being
and they're
filmed.
showing this.
And he's walking towards it, and he takes those shades like you have on, puts them on. First he does this. You don't even know that's what he did. He goes like this. Puts his shades on. He looks so awesome. With the video come out awesome. But I don't know what it was, but it looked like when he put the what you call that, the Perel in his back pocket, the chain to his wallet was in there, so it looked like his Perel was chained to him.
Oh my God.
He's just, you know, he always keeps it on it, because you never know what you'll
Yeah, especially driving. That wheel collects all the bacteria.
Oh, every time I find one, I'm like...
I put it on the wheel, too.
Yeah, I do the wheel, because I end up getting these little black things on.
Did your hand? Yeah, my hand, when I first started, they would like itch, and I started using that.
And it doesn't kill the bacteria.
That, yeah.
It's got to do that. But we're going to wait for this rice to get done. When it gets done, I will be up there at the front for you guys here in Marietta, Georgia, at the Crete terminal. And first come, first serve. So I will post a picture of this when we get done with it, so that you can see it, how it looks when we're done. Typically what you're going to do is you're going to lay the rice down on a plate, put the beans and beef over top of it, and eat. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.